My little quirky title. I am horrible at titles, aren't I? But I thought it was so kind of cute. Testing makes it the best thing. Okay. I thought it was super cute. So that's where we got the title from. So I hope you guys like the title. Hope it brought you here. My lighting's really bad. I was trying to actually move to the other side of the room to get better lighting. I don't know if it worked. I don't think it worked. Hey Gigi, how you doing? But you guys can see and hear me okay, right? Even though my lighting's a little dark. Yes, maybe. Okay, Gigi's doing good. All right, so I know you guys can. I'm gonna assume you guys can hear me pretty good. So I wanted to talk a little bit about testing products, why you should test, how you should test them, some ideas about testing, and pretty much just kind of the importance of testing. You know me, I've always got a soapbox, and since I just started my beta testing today, so if you're in the group, you know that the beta testing list is open, and if you signed up, you know that you got an email today. So I hope you read the email. I just started testing. I figured I'd, kind of share the love and share the importance of testing. So, do you guys ever test your products? Like, let me know. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know, where we are. Do you ever test your products when got something new? Do you try to put it out there for people to see it? Do you give away a couple free for people to like look and feel of it? Do you guys do any testing out there? I'll give it a minute for some answers. Or tap some hearts if you hear me. Like, holler if you hear me. I can't tell if this camera's doing the right thing either. I look a little fuzzy to me. I hope I don't look fuzzy to you guys. All right, got a couple of hearts, so okay, that tells me you can hear me. So, okay, let's talk about why testing's important. Testing does a couple of things. Well, testing first, it helps you to know if you've got the right things in your store. The most important thing and kind of almost the hardest thing for people, you don't know how testing works for you. Okay, I'm going to talk about how testing would work for you, guys. So one of the hardest things is knowing, and I'm sure you guys can all like tell me if this happens to you, is knowing what you should create, like what you should create or what you should buy, like what colors are going to work for the season, what people are into, what people like. It's kind of almost the hardest thing. And what winds up happening when you don't know and you haven't done any testing and you don't know what people are actually going to buy, you just get a whole bunch of stuff in your hey Diva Deb, how you doing? You just get a whole bunch of stuff in your store. Does that happen to anybody? Like you get a whole bunch of stuff in your shop and maybe like one or two things might sell real well and the rest of them, they may just sit there and wait for the next sale. And a lot of times that's because, it wasn't tested. So what testing does that's really good and why you should do testing is it tells you what's going to work, or it presumes what's going to work. It still may not work. It still might be some other things to tweak, but you're presuming that what's going to work, what you should do more of and get more of. And the most important thing that people kind of forget about testing is that it's going to help create raving fans for your brand. So people are going to, especially when you're just getting started, if you put a couple of things out there for people to look and feel and play with, not only are they going to look and feel and play with it and tell you if it's good or not good, but they're also going to pretty much tell other people about it. So they're going to tell people, hey, I tried this, or hey, I tried that and it was great. They're even going to tell you, they're going to give you, and I recommend, if you have anyone testing, wish you had watched the scope like this before I purchased my inventory. Oh, sorry. Okay, well, we can work on that. And you can still test with what you have so you know what's going to work, what to mark down. It'll help you out. And what I'm going to tell you about testing is always make sure when you give somebody something for testing or trial or whatever you're going to call it, make sure that they give you a testimony. Like that's part of the exchange. Like they have to give you a testimony, because that way, even if they never tell anyone else about your product, then that way you can use their words that they've given you, and maybe even a photo, if you got a photo of them, which is really good. You can use that information and then you can use it to market yourself. So like I was talking to someone in another group I'm in, and she's made some items for some of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. She's in New Jersey. She does these really beautiful painted glasses, and she's made a couple for I think Teresa's family. You never did that, shucks. Oh, Pamela, don't worry. There's always time. You can always go back and test it, retest. So even if you didn't do it, it's okay. But she made all this stuff for the family, the Real Housewives of New Jersey. She made, the father. If you guys watch it, I'm in Jersey, so I watch it. But the father that passed away, she made these really beautiful Christmas ornaments, like with the father's picture, and everybody in the family has one, and she has all these pictures of them with the products. And of course, they're like big time celebrities, and they don't really say anything about what they're purchasing unless they're getting paid to do it. So, but she still has, well, A, they did buy from her, so she has that. And B, she has all the pictures of them, with the items and things to say they love them. And I'm like, go ahead, use that. That's testimonials and stuff that you can use for other people to see that you've done this. Even if they're not going to help promote your business, you could use that stuff to help promote your business. So, those are some of the reasons why testing is important. And a couple of you guys have already said, uh-oh, you wish you would have tested. So here's some ways to test. Run a contest. Contests are a test for products. If people are willing to give you their email or like a page or share with their friends, that's an indication that whatever you're giving away is something that's good and something that people want. If people won't even do something to get it for free, then that's your indication that it's maybe not the product that they want, maybe not the color that they want, maybe not, it's just not what they want. The other thing is literally just to give stuff away, or to give stuff away and say, if you give me a testimonial, so here's your exchange thing, I'm going to give this to you. And if you give me a testimonial, or you'll buy this and you give me a testimonial, I'll give you back $10 or $5, whatever the price is. Either you can give it back to them for free, or you can give them a percentage off, but only after you've gotten that testimonial. So you see how you tie that in to two things you want to think about when you're testing is A, you want people to pay for it. Whether they're paying by testimonial, paying by a like, paying by money, you want people to do something for it. Because a lot of people, and you'll get this all the time, you get this from your mother, a lot of people will tell you, oh, that's nice, honey. But they won't actually do anything to actually get that product. So they'll tell you how nice it is, but yet they'll never buy from you. And it doesn't mean it's not nice. It just means it's not something that it's worth it to them to buy. But you're in the business of people buying stuff. So you need to make sure whatever you have is worth it for somebody to go the extra mile. Does that make sense to you guys? I'm getting some hearts. So I know somebody's making sense to it. And I saw a wow. Was that a good wow or a bad wow? Was that Pamela who said wow? Is this making sense to you guys? Hey, Tarinda, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. So when you're testing, make sure that they're willing to pay and willing to do something to get that item. So whether if you're going to do a contest, I always say get the emails, because emails to me are like gold. You can then take those and market them. Thanks for all the hearts. Okay, that tells me this is working for you guys. So, if it's a contest, make sure you get the emails. If it's you're actually giving them something, and if you're going to give them something, make sure that they have a market that either that they're like experts in the field, or even when I say experts in the field, like they don't have to be fashion icons, but they might be that person. Like if I'm going to do something for hair, I'm going to try to give it to hair salons and give it to my hairdresser and give it to people who I know are in the field of hair. I want testers who are experienced in testing. I'm not going to just give it to my friend who has nothing to do with hair and nothing to do with hair products. Because two things. A, she's not really the source, so I can't really say, I could say my friend said this was good, but it's not as much as me saying my friend, this stylist, said this was good. That's one thing. So she doesn't have that expertise. Yes, very strategic. And exactly. You want to be strategic. And I find that a lot of people are not. A lot of people, even when they're doing these things, like, because you're thinking, I didn't think contests were tests, or I didn't think giving stuff away was a test. And that's part of the thing. You didn't think about it as a test, but it really is testing your product. And it isn't, like you said, it isn't being strategic. Considering give away a gift certificate in hopes of, don't do a gift certificate. Don't do a gift certificate. Because you know what a gift certificate is? Well, depending on your goal. If your goal is to see if your products are really working for people, then you want to give away products. So if your goal is to see if, people like these dresses, like this skirt, like something, like this jewelry, then you want to give away what you have. You don't want to give away a gift certificate. If your goal is just to get new people on your list, or if your goal is just to get people to look, but again, lookers aren't buyers. So you want people that are willing to give for what you have, not for what they think you're going to get, or, for some cash value of it. So, and that's another reason, like loop giveaways, which, loop giveaways are great, but a lot of times they give away money. Well, of course, who isn't going to like a whole bunch of pages for money? Is that really helping the pages? Do they really like the things that those pages have? Thank you, Pamela. I'm glad you're loving this. You really want to make sure that when you're giving stuff away and when you're doing these things, that you're doing them. Yes, you want the followers and the friends and whatever, but you want those people to turn into buyers. And people always get disappointed when they don't turn into buyers. And part of that is because you didn't go after buyers. You went after people who wanted the money, wanted the gift card, wanted something else that wasn't really leading back to your product. Does that make sense a little bit? I know that's kind of like, that's not really what people think, and that's not what people hear, or they see the success of, oh, I got 500 followers. But if you got 500 followers and not one of them buys, or even if you got 500 followers and only one of them buys, you're still doing pretty, that's still not where you want it to be. You want to really have some type of benefit from what you're doing. And that's it's pretty much akin to testing your product. So, for the product I'm going to show you guys in a moment, I'm testing that by opening up to, and I only opened this beta group up to 2 groups of people. I did a survey about, not even a month ago now, maybe like a month ago, I did my annual survey. And in that annual survey, I said, if you'd like to be a beta tester, let me know. So those people who took the time already, they already gave me free feedback. So I'm like kind of turning around and giving them access to being a beta tester for this product. Those people are going to be beta testers or open to being beta testers, and people who are in my Facebook group. And the reason why is because if you're in my Facebook group, I know that you most likely have an online boutique. I'm sure there's some people in there who don't have online boutiques, but if you're in there, you most likely have an online boutique. You've most likely participated. You've most likely been around me enough to know that I think that you're qualified enough to look at my products and tell me if they're good or not. The other thing is, and again, for the people who did the survey, they've already pretty much done one time what I'm asking them to do at the end of this test. I know that they're going to provide me some type of feedback, provide me testimonials, provide me something, because they've already done that. So I'm not saying here everybody beta test my product. Like, you won't see it. Like, if you guys follow me, you didn't see it on my Twitter, you're not going to see it on my Facebook page. It's only going to be in those 2 places, because I want people who are qualified. And I say qualified in the sense of I've qualified them because they're part of the target market I have, that are qualified to say, yes, this is a good product. No, that's not a good product. The other thing, and this is going to be really good for people who make their products, and even if you buy from wholesalers, is when you have people testing. So say you got a new line of skirts coming in, and you get like 2 or 3 people, even if you go and get them all together. Like, I did a focus group for my cards, and I had them all together and kept asking them questions. What do you want? What do you need? What are you looking for? You want to do that, because sometimes the skirt may be what they want, or skirts might be what they want, but maybe they want the tutu, is it tulle? The little ballerina skirts that everybody's wearing now. Tells you how good I am at this, right? I think it's a tutu. Yeah, it's a tutu. But, maybe they might want those, and you've got the kind of the skinny pencil skirts, which is a couple of years ago. So, sometimes in your testing isn't just to say yay or nay. It may say, yay, but I need this, or nay, and it would be a yay if you had that. We need more black. We need more white. I want more of this. I want more of that. If you make products, testing that way is really good. Like, actually, Gigi, I've seen you do this on some of your your YouTube channel and your page, where you'll be midway into something and you'll start showing people hey, what do you think about this? And people will start giving you that feedback. Oh, I love the colors. Oh, is that going to be a cowl neck? Or, oh, is that going to be a scarf? That's giving you an indication of, this is what's going to work this is what's going to work for people, kind of at the end. And the best thing to say is, hey, I just saw, I don't know if you guys follow him, Zach Spuckler, Heart and Hustle is his site. Either way, he sold a product. He pretty much came up with an idea, And he sat in Starbucks and told us about this idea, like told us on Periscope. He was doing a Periscope and he's like showing the idea a little bit. And he told us about the idea. And as he's telling us about the idea, he's making changes. People are like, okay, add this, add that, these kind of questions. He's like, what kind of questions would you have about this? Either way, went through about 15, 20 minutes of just kind of figuring out what people really wanted. And then at the end or towards the end, he started asking like, how much would you pay for this? And then people are at the same time telling him, you should put this on sale like right now. So after 20 minutes, he put it on sale and sold. He sold $1,000 worth of that product. And it was a $97 a piece product. So in that 20-minute scope session, he sold pretty much 10 of his product right there in Starbucks, because he was kind of testing and asking people for their feedback as they're going along. And then he did the most important thing. The most important thing he did in the entire testing was he asked people to put their money where their mouth was. There were at least, I think at one point, I think that's the scope, they got at least about 70, 80 people. About 70, 80 people. Now, he only made 10 sales, which is still amazing. And yes, it is incredible, Pamela. But he told people to put their money where their mouth was. And when people do that, so like when you're showing people, even if you do pre-orders and you're like, okay, I've got these dresses coming in, who, pre-order, they'll be available on Friday. Who wants this? When people say, okay, this is where I'm going to put my money. I want that. I'm buying that. Then those are the people you listen to. Then that's the color you buy or whatever. I told you guys when I did my cards, I had 2 designs and I started between the lighting and the camera. I'm like really messing up today. So I had already got someone who said like when I started putting them out there and talking to the focus group, she had already texted me and told me she needed 5 sets. So she needed 5 sets of a product I was still thinking about, and, just had not even gotten there with. And then, she said she needed 5 sets. So I was like, okay, fine. As I was going through the process, I kept sharing. Here are the proofs. Here are this, here are that. She kept telling me, I want my 5 sets. I want my 5 sets. I didn't take a pre-order because I prefer to have the product before I actually take money. But, some people, if you don't mind taking the money first, go ahead and take the money. Take the money if they're putting the money on the line. And when it came down to these are my last 2 designs, which one do you want? I let her choose. So she chose my first product. And then once that product came in, I sold about 30 sets of it, and I haven't even launched yet. You guys know, you're the same way. You want to wait till you have, I'm the same way, especially since when you're making something like, what if the printer messes up the color? I want to make sure it's the right thing. So I don't just, take the money. But, if it's something you're sure of, something that's on the way, something that you can take the money, take a down payment, if that's what you want to do. But either way, get people who want to actually purchase, because everybody will tell you the whole "that's nice, baby" story. Yes, and it's less stress. Well, everybody will tell you that's nice, but not everybody will put their money where their mouth is. So when you're thinking about who's going to test it, who am I going to ask, who am I going to talk to? Hey, electricity lady, how you doing? I think you're new to my scope. How you doing? So when you're thinking about who's going to be that person that, those people, not even that one person, but who's going to be those people that are going to test and going to help you out and going to pick your products, think about who's going to put their money where their mouth is. So whether or not they already said they want it, or whether or not they're going to, buy it later on, give you a down payment for it, something. Make sure they've got some type of buy-in before, hey, Fawn, how you doing? Make sure they've got some type of buy-in before you just go out and get all this stuff. And don't just buy products and don't just put stuff in your store. Thanks, Pamela. I'm glad you're enjoying this, but don't just put stuff in your store just because you think it's going to work. The best thing to do is find out what's really going to work out there. It'll save you a lot of time, a lot of money, and overall, it'll make your product a better product. So I'm going to guys, tell me if you have any questions. I'm going to show you guys something that I'm testing and talk about how making it a better product based on the testing. And then, while I'm doing this, let me know if you have any questions about testing. Like, what are you testing, or what are you thinking now I can test? I know, I think it was Eden Boutique. You were like, darn, I should have known this before. And Pamela, you might have said that too. Tell me what you guys are testing. Let's talk about how we can turn it around and, make this work for you. I mean, even though the products are still there, you could still go out there and ask people, what do you think about it? That could even help you determine what should be going on sale and clearance now and what you should be, keeping in your store. And when I say that, think the opposite. If they say they love it, that's what stays and stays at regular price. If they say maybe not, that's the stuff you put on clearance. It's like Tom's Shoes. They send out an email to people, and they call it something like unusual finds or things people forgotten or something like that they call, and it's an email of really their lowest selling products. But they don't call them or say these are my lowest selling products. These are the products that people most likely didn't see, and they're saying they probably didn't see them because they're not selling, and they call them like, the unusual finds or whatever, and they send out this newsletter to put them right in front of people's face to say, here, buy these. And, people do say, oh, that's something I never saw before. Or, I didn't really think about it that way. And they go and they buy it. So even if it's something that people don't like and you already have, you turn that around. Make it that unusual find. Make it something. Put it at a can't resist price. And then, just kind of move it out your store. And then make sure that you're testing for the next things. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm working on and what I'm testing and what I'm doing to test it. Following you because I have t-shirt line now. Oh, I've seen your t-shirts now, Fawn. Yes. We've got to talk about that. What you're doing with that. I have seen them. I saw them for your school and I saw them. So, so this is my site. So this is my site, guys. And this is what I'm working on. I think I should have been more. So you see this here? So the Boutiquer Success Vault. I showed this to people yesterday who were on my scope, and I'm showing you guys again. So definitely ask me questions along the way if you see anything you want to know more about. So I just opened this up today for beta testers, and I already told you guys that I only chose 2 groups for my beta testing group. I only chose people who had already answered my survey. So I know that they already were open to giving me feedback, and I only opened it up to people who were in my group. And the reason why is because I know that my group is full of online boutiquers. It's full of people who are familiar with what I do, and most of them hopefully like what I do since they're in there listening to me. And there are people, and I'm open up to you guys too. So if you guys want to get in, just let me know. But there are people who you stop formulating guessing. I was asking the wrong people to test. Now I know, geez. Okay, so Pamela, so you learned something here. You got something out of it. And it's okay if you're asking the wrong people before. Now you know that you want to make sure you have these qualified people. Qualified in the sense that you know that they are people that either they would wear your type of product, that they are in that realm, like, if you're in fashion, if they're models, or, even people who are just very well known. That's why people have celebrities wear their stuff, not just so they can get the exposure, but because they know that this is what they do. It's almost part of their job is to dress fashionably, into fashion. And really they send it to, if you guys ever watched the show that was on Bravo, that if you ever watched any of those shows with the stylists, really they send all those clothes to the stylists, and it's their jobs to put them on the celebrities. So you want to make sure you have the right qualified people also testing and taking a look at what you're doing. So this is what I'm doing here in the Boutiquer Success Vault. So this is actually not opening up to the public until August. And I put that date in my head, August 1st, it's going to go live to the public. And what I did was open it up, and I made a really sweet deal for the beta testers. Pretty much it's because it's a monthly site. So what it is it's a monthly site, and it has all of my training content. So everything that I've done up to this point outside of my one-on-one clients. So everything like my webinars, I'll scroll down, you guys can see some of the stuff that's in here. This is my welcome message to people. So all of these open up, and you see they just kind of, and it's going to keep growing. So all my webinars, all my classes, Q&As, I'm going to put in some of these Periscope lessons that I've been going through. So pretty much everything, membership sites are money makers, but I'm doing it for the money, of course, part of what I do. But I'm also doing it because membership sites, I like membership sites for 2 reasons. One, because you're able to go and get everything. And when you have, like I have, as you guys can see, and that's why I have my site open, because I wanted to show you. Previously, it was all this under these classes and tutorials. I have all of these different things to share and to tell and that I've shared with people, and currently they're all on sale, and they're all on sale separately. And I felt that, and this is why I like membership sites, I felt like it was a lot. Like, if you wanted to know email marketing, you buy that. Then you need to know, you need to know the 5 mistakes. You buy that. Then you need to know about your web. Like, I just felt like it was too much going back and forth and buy. And that's not what I'm about. If you guys are in my group, you know that I'm about really working with, sharing, and getting you to your end result. So I felt that the best way to do that was to put it all in one place. You pay a set fee for as long as you need it, as long as you want it, and you get access to everything that I have, including everything that I'm going to continue to build, because I do continue to, I'm doing 2 webinars this summer, and I'm going to be doing a thing on Pinterest, since we had a really good Pinterest Periscope. I'm going to be putting together a little mini course on Pinterest, and, you know, I have some other things I'm working on, and those are all just going to keep going into that one little boutiquer's success vault. So that's why I'm calling it a success vault, because it's going to have pretty much everything that anyone would need to have that successful boutique. And the thing about the beta testers, so you guys see here that I'm inviting them to put their questions and their comments around the site. I'm inviting them to, they'll be filling out a feedback form. I'm inviting them to tell me what it is that they want, which this is one of the things that Zach did on his Periscope that helped with his product, and pretty much why it flew off the shelves, because he didn't just make a product. He didn't just make it and say, here you go, here's this product, do you guys like it, and buy. What he did was say, what do you want? Like, what do you need? What's going to make your business successful? What's going to work for you? So I'm doing very similar here for my beta testers that are in here. I'm pretty much asking them, tell me, I'm going to try to be a smart businesswoman. Yeah, I'm trying to be smart with this. So, I mean, I hope this is a good, and I think, and, you know, some of you guys who are on here are in my group, so you guys tell me what you think. And that's the point of testing. I'm going to find out how good of an idea this is and how well it works for everyone. I'm going to find out what do they need added to this to make it even the best product it can possibly be. And I'm going to find out all these things. And I got my qualified team, my qualified group, and the way that I'm doing this beta testing is I'm giving away for free, but it's not for free. So here's how this is working. And so if you haven't read your email yet and you got this, you're on this now, you're going to now know how this is going to work. So here's how this is working. I'm telling them to sign up. So you sign up. I put it at a very, very low price. And they're going to sign up. So they are actually going to pay to be a member and pay to be a beta tester. And once they submit the feedback, I'm going to refund them for the first month. So then the beta testers, they have the option. They can either stick around and continue to pay and pay the low price, but they still got the first month for free, or they can cancel and then they don't have to worry about it. And, you know, they just pretty much got free access. So I'm qualifying them. Like I said, to qualify my group, I'm making sure that it's people who would actually buy. So it's not just people who want to be nosy in your products and nosy in what you're doing and, you know, just kind of take advantage of it. I'm making sure that these are people who actually want to buy, and I'm giving them kind of a no-brainer deal. Like, the price is a price that it's never going to be this low, ever, because it's only for beta. And once, by the time I'm done with the beta, I'll have put in everything that the beta testers wanted, all the stuff that I'm putting in, plus loading in more. It'll be way too much stuff to give away for this price. But my beta testers, my people who helped me get here, they will continue to pay, you know, kind of the really, really good price. So you see how I'm doing everything, pretty much everything we talked about, here to build that better product, to build exactly what I know people are looking for. And I'm not doing it in a kind of, I think they want, I mean, this is what I think they want. So then you open up the testers, but I'm not doing the kind of, I think they want way. I think they'll buy. I hope they'll buy. I'm making sure that they're buyers before I actually, you know, go way too far with them and their feedback and stuff like that. Because that's another thing. You can get a bunch of people that aren't your buyers that'll tell you all kinds of things to change, but your buyer really wanted what you originally had. So that's another reason why you want to listen to people who buy. So you want to listen to people who are actually going to put their money where their mouth is. Even if you do, I've seen some groups I'm in, and actually one of my clients, they do this. They do what they call sip-in shops, and they bring out a lot of their new stuff and a lot of their new items and stuff like that for people to, and they can shop and get it, but they actually charge to get into this. So it's like, it's a small fee. It's like $5 or $10, but It's $5 or $10 because it's for people who really want to shop, who really want to see what they have, see what they're doing, and really want to shop. You're not going to pay $5 or $10 to come in and just socialize and sit around and do nothing. If you're paying that, even that really small nominal fee, that's an indicator that you are a buyer and that you are coming in here to seriously buy. And then those are the people that they then go on and say, okay, I'm going to put this in the store, put this on the shop, put this on the site, and do all of these different things with, by getting from those people who are already qualified because they at least, if nothing else, paid $5 or $10 to come and see. Same thing almost with a fashion show. They paid $5 or $10 at least come and see what's going on. If they're not buyers, then you would know kind of offhand. So do you guys have any questions or any feedback on the testing? Hey, Chris, I saw you just came back. Did you miss the whole demo? Oh, you missed the demo. I hope not. If so, you can see it in the replay. I just gave the whole Boutiquers Success Vault. Do you guys have any questions? Do you have any questions about the vault or what else I have going on in there? Any questions about that type of stuff? Questions about testing? I'm glad you guys got some ideas on things you can do, how you can kind of change it up. So whether or not you've got an online product, like I've got online products, or a physical product, you definitely want to put some strategies in there to make sure that you're selling the right thing. Do you guys have any questions about that? You guys are really quiet. No, I was here. Oh, your son grabbed the phone. My son does that too. If you see my little 7-month-old, he loves the phone. He is so he knows how to swipe. He's like so into the swiping and stuff like that. We have games. He knows like if he hits the game, it'll like make a sound and move like the new animal or the new letter or whatever game he's playing. He's so into this thing. That's the whole generation now. He wants the phone, the remote, and the iPad. He does not want like the teddy bears and the little jiggly toys, and he doesn't want any of the baby stuff. He wants our stuff. So do you guys have any other questions? Anything else? If you guys like what I'm saying, like little taps, you guys are really quiet today. Okay, so I got some hearts. I got 2 color hearts. Okay, I know 2 people out there are loving this, which I appreciate. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm gonna end today's scope. I hope this really helped you and resonated with you. If you come up with any questions later, you can join me in my group, the Online Boutique Source Society, and it's where Getting Help You to Follow You too. Oh, great! Oh, because he has the bow ties, right, Fawn? How's that going? Oh yeah, definitely. Let's talk about the bow ties too. We can definitely help him with that. You're pulling up the email and on the laptop, and he snatched it. Oh, you're excited about the beta? Yay! So you're gonna be in our beta group. Oh, nice, nice. Send me the link to his bow ties. I remember looking at it when we talked before, but I'd love to take a look at them again. And in the holiday season, I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff for the holidays. I've got a whole holiday 101 class that I'm going to be putting in the vault. I'm just making some changes to it. But the holidays are coming, and I've been on several calls and several things, and even in several stores, and seen that it's already time. Bow ties by EDJ. Okay, I have to remember that. Gonna write that down. But they're saying pretty much get your holiday stuff out right after the 4th of July. So, start making those changes, to your site, start getting your products ready, start getting holiday stuff, and especially like fun for the bow ties, because that's a lot of a gifty thing. People love to get their dad's bow ties and things like that for gifts. Start getting those things out. Gigi, you too. You got a really good gift type product as well. I don't know if she's still on, but if you're still on, or you read it, or you listen to this replay, definitely start getting your holiday stuff out now, because people are already getting it up there. And the Etsy sellers, all the Etsy stuff is telling them to get that. So you're still there. Okay, all the Etsy stuff is telling them to get their holidays out there now. And you know what happens if they get their holiday stuff out and us, standalone stores don't have our stuff out, they're pretty much getting all the sales. And I mean, I'm not against my Etsy folks, but you want to make sure, and you're on Etsy too, Gigi, so you want to make sure you kind of keep up with what the masses are doing, whether it's on Etsy or on your own site. So definitely. Email will list everything, but will you cover, choose targeting market, and getting sales? Yes, I'm actually working on, I'm working on 2 things. One of them is definitely 10 ways to get more traffic, which is going to talk about targeting your market. And there is my 5 I forgot what it's called, my 5 steps to do each month, that whole workbook is going into the vault too. So I'm breaking that up into actual different posts. So it'll be on there and it'll be more interactive than it is on the PDF workbook. So that whole workbook that also talks about targeting is on there. And just about almost every class I have starts with how to target. That's kind of my one like big thing. I don't think you really can go anywhere without anywhere in your online boutique without targeting it correctly. So yes, there will be a lot of targeting your market on there. And getting traffic, that's kind of my new thing, because a lot of people, I asked the other day, what were people's top 3 things? Are you able to access? Yes. As soon as you register, whatever's in there now, which is a bunch of the webinars are already in there. And right now I'm working on, if you don't already have your website up, the Taking the Woo Out of WooCommerce class, I'm actually putting up right now. So it's half up there in there now. But everything that's in there right now, you can see it in there. And as I continue to add, literally real time, you guys are going to be seeing this thing grow. That's one of the joys of being the beta testers. Any other questions, guys? Did you want to see some of the things that are in there? I don't know if you took it at that time. I'll just show you. All right, I'm turning it around. So, and if you guys have people that you think might want to know about this, or, all right, see you fun, or people that, you know, may need to be a part of this, definitely share this out with people that you know. Share this out with your friends. Share this out with, you know, your other business colleagues and stuff like that. Let them know, because like I said, I'm opening this up to my group, to you guys here on this Periscope, and to people who signed up from the feedback survey I did. So what's in here so far, you can see the business tools. I've already got some of those in here. So you've got your starting your online boutique 101. You're getting traffic to your website. So it talks all about SEO and a little bit about targeting in that one. And your 5 mistakes that are making customers walk away from your online store. That's already in there. These 2, email marketing and your Facebook ads for retailers. I also talk about targeting in your Facebook ad for retailers. I talk about how to target your Facebook ads. So that's really important if you're doing that one. And then, like I said, I'm adding this one in here now. My Taking the Woo Out of WooCommerce. This is a 7-module course, so this is going in there right now. And then I've already opened up for the Q&A for, well, it says June. I think I'm going to change it to July since we're like almost done with June. But it's going to be the live Q&A. I'm already taking questions for that. So those are some of the things that are already in here. And now, if you sign up for the beta tonight, they're right now, literally, we're looking at the live site. So they're in there right now. And I could show you guys what they look like. So when you go into them, you guys still hanging on? Okay, so I still got 2. So thanks, guys, for hanging in there. And definitely let me know if you have any questions. So when you go in there, it's whatever, you know, text was with it. If there were any links or resources. And then it's the full video. Like this one's 1 hour and 43 minutes. And you can either play it right there. You can open it up to be full screen if you needed to. I made sure, that was one of the things that wasn't there before. They weren't all full screen.
Okay, so this is starting.
Okay, you guys don't want to hear me, actually, hear me twice. Hear me talk to you and hear me talk on the screen. But it's the full webinar. All the webinars include the full Q&A. So you get like the content and the Q&A. I like the Q&A because sometimes it goes beyond whatever that topic is. So you'll get the same thing, and anything like I gave resources to. So any links to the resources, I don't know, it's a little blurry, but you guys can see down there, any links to the resources that were given in the webinar, they're also already here in the vault. So pretty much everything, so you can literally get started tonight, you know, watching stuff. There's hours worth of content in the vault right now as we speak. So you guys have any other questions? And I'm actually going to be throwing in some of these Periscopes. Probably not this one because it's a little bit long. But throwing in some of the Periscopes because I know I've been going over some stuff. And I put 1 or 2 on YouTube. But I've been purposely not putting them on YouTube. And just saving the replays to the side. So that way later on I can put these things in the vault. And you guys are going to have, pretty much you're going to just have access to everything that's come out of my little brain. Regarding starting an online boutique. You guys are going to get it in the vault. That's what it's about. So thanks for the hearts. I appreciate it. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to end the scope right now, in the scope for tonight at least. And if you have any other questions, just go into the group, the Online Boutique Store Society, and you guys can ask me the questions there. I'll happily answer. There's actually a post about the beta testing there, so feel free to drop any other questions you have about the beta right in there. And I don't know if you heard the part where I was saying that, the beta test, pretty much you pay and then I'm going to give you back the first month. So pretty much it's a win-win situation. So I will talk to you guys later, and thanks for joining me.